Good afternoon. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here. I really appreciate it, and I know our new coach will definitely appreciate the support that you've shown. I do want to say just a few words before President Gaffney is up here to introduce the coach. A couple of things. This day would not ever have happened if it hadn't been for a very successful club lacrosse program. And I want to give some kudos to a 2010 grad, Chris Lucas, who was the one that came to me early on, and to our Director of Intramurals and Recreation, John Cascone, and said, I really want to see lacrosse at the university. And he really, through some tireless efforts as a club program, got it started. I want to shout out to faculty member Jack Demarest, psychology professor, who was the faculty advisor for this club program and kept us on our toes, asking for things for the club program every day in great big huge writing. And Jerry Doan, who is the club lacrosse coach, who could not be here today, but he really moved the club forward in a very successful way. So thank you very much for that club program, and I know they're going to want to work closely with the new program and the new coach and bring lacrosse to another level on this campus. We really had a fabulous search. It was exciting. I thank Jeff Stapleton. We went out there really kind of naive about men's lacrosse and learned a great deal on the way. We had over 50 very quality applicants, and every time we talked to somebody, nobody was anything but excited about the possibilities of lacrosse at Monmouth. But like 20 years ago, when this university started football, I think we were really looking for somebody with a lot of energy, a lot of passion about the game. They're going to have to spend the next year not coaching, so they really have to care about the sport to get through that year, but also with a work ethic and an organization that would set the groundwork for this program to exist for years to come. And I really think that we found that in our coach, and we're very excited about it, and we hope to have the same kind of success that football has had here for the last 20 years, and this program will grow and develop. I would like to ask President Gaffney if he would come forward and do the honors of introducing our new head coach.
Thank you, Marilyn. Finley, best looking person in the room so far. Lauren, second best. Trudy, right? Third best. Charlie, sorry about. We have famous Charlie and Trudy here at this campus. Trudy is in the room right back here, so it's great to have two more. Welcome to men's lacrosse. The Jedi Knights are coming. Marilyn said not to use that term. And their leader is here. He's traveled, I would say, Brian, a rocky road but to get to this next, and I think smoother path. He's been burdened with the scarlet and black, playing from a campus somewhere between New Brunswick and Glassboro and Camden and Newark. I'm not sure exactly where they are, and he's endured the cold winds that come off the Great Lakes in South Bend. He arrives here as a top young American men's lacrosse coach. His record is really phenomenal, 56-7 in high school and part of the Pennsylvania State Championships there as a midfielder. And if you want to fool around with this guy, be careful, because he was also the captain of his wrestling team, and both of his ears are in good shape, so he must have done pretty well. He's a Fitch Trophy winner at Rutgers University as a midfielder there. 61-18 as an assistant coach at Notre Dame. NCAA quarterfinals twice and finals once. He's an acknowledged national face-off expert, both in practice himself as a student athlete, but also in coaching. And I'll tell you, I love this sport. And actually, I've loved the last year. I'm looking directly at Denise right now, this great surge that our team made in the NEC this year, going to the NCAA tournament and then waiting together for 3 or 4 hours in the state capitol to be recognized by the legislature. But we've had many experiences like that with women's lacrosse here, and Marilyn's already mentioned our successful club team. So I love to watch this sport, and while it's a game, and the fastest game on feet, by the way, it's a game I never played, but I watched it quite a lot as a young man, mostly by direction initially. I was required to go to every home game, but later by choice, because when I grew up on lacrosse, I was an alumnus of a school who won 8 national championships consecutively in a row. And the time I was a student there, 13 members of those teams became first-team All-Americans, and many of them, several of them, are in the Hall of Fame. So I have a great heritage of lacrosse, and I can't wait to see you out there running around and hitting the other guys. Enough about me. We see a great future in men's lacrosse. It's no secret, while we respect and support actively, vigorously, and the important and worthy boundaries and goals of Title IX and our women's lacrosse perennial successes, men's lacrosse is also very important to us, not just from an athletic standpoint, because it will surely attract more men to American colleges. Not just Monmouth, but to all. And this is a very good sport to keep the male-female balance in college equitable, and it's out of balance right now, nationally, not just here. This is also a hotbed of lacrosse geographically. If you think about the 2 center points of lacrosse in America, Long Island and the greater Baltimore, Annapolis area, if you draw a line between the two, it goes right through Monmouth County. And that's going to be terrific for us for recruiting. We're going to give you an old Volkswagen to recruit, and that's all you need. About $20 worth of gas money a year, and you'll be able to get the full team. It'll be the 2nd Division I men's lacrosse team in New Jersey, and that will be terrific. And I think we have a great leader, an athlete himself, a proven athlete himself, a great coaching performer with a great family. His wife is I don't know if you're going to teach, she's a school teacher now, a social studies teacher in what's?
Marshall?
Yeah, it's a middle school. And obviously she's a young mother. Maybe we're going to pay Brian so much that you may not even have to work for a while. So that would be great. And we're glad to have Finley here. We have a number of coaches with little kids running around, and we're very happy that you're here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming him back to New Jersey, the head of the Monmouth University Jedi Knights, the Hawk men's lacrosse team, head coach, Brian Fisher. That's expandable. See if it fits. Yeah, all right. That's very good.
Wow, what an exciting day for me and these past few days and weeks. I felt like I've been pulled in 100 different directions, but I'm finally glad, to be here and on campus and ready to get to work, quite frankly. But Marilyn and President Gaffney, thank you for your trust in me and for giving me the opportunity to become a head coach, bring my family back to New Jersey, and allowing me to reconnect with a lot of New Jersey people and the lacrosse community in this area that I've missed these last few years. Exciting for me because this is my first go as a head coach, and the last few days have been pretty fun as I've been traveling and recruiting and sitting in the heat that is all over the East Coast right now, and watching guys play. I've had a lot of time to think about the coaches and the people who have influenced my life and helped me get to this point. And I think now as a head coach, I'm really looking forward to that responsibility of having an influence on the players that I coach, their lives, and help shaping their character. And I want to take a moment just to recognize a few of those people. And President Gaffney, you did mention some of my high school accomplishments, and I'm definitely going to recognize some of those people. But I'd like to start with my parents first. Thank you for all your support from when I was young. And you were driving me all over the town playing multiple sports, and something, Dad, that it really clicked with me these last few days, that I think was the first time that the coaching bug really bit me was when we would go home on a Friday night after a football game and watch those grainy replays of those games, and we would break down the film and talk about the nuances of approach angles and pursuit angles and how to anticipate and read body language of players. And I think, in looking back, that was what really sparked an interest in coaching for me. And it's a skill that I've kind of fine-tuned over the years in coaching, to be able to take those nuances of the games and articulate them in a way to my players. And it's a pretty rewarding skill to have, that when you see the players finally get it, you know that they're getting better as players, and you're helping them as athletes. So it definitely helped me as an athlete and as a coach, and it's one of the most fun parts of the job, watching film. I think any coach will tell you that evaluation part of your own team is fun. So thank you for that. Moving right along with football, my football coach, Joe McNicholas, in Delaware County, he won a lot of games. He always talked about poise and how to remain focused and keep your composure in the heat of the moment, and how true that is, not only in athletics but in life. And that was something I learned from him. Carl Schellenbach, who in the sweaty confines of a dungeon wrestling room, taught me and my teammates how to bring your best effort every day, and how to compete and be relentless. My lacrosse coaches, Kevin and Doug Ellers, for igniting a spark and creating a passion for the sport for me by making it fun to play. Tom Hayes, who was my Rutgers coach, for providing me with the opportunity to play Division I lacrosse at Rutgers. Jim Stagnita for mentoring a young coach, but giving me the opportunity to coach at my alma mater, which was some of the more rewarding years in all of my coaching, young coaching career, because I got to coach guys that I was teammates with just the year before. Everyone at Notre Dame who has been so good to my family and I, especially Kevin Corrigan and Jerry Byrne. I'm definitely going to miss seeing them on a daily basis. And last but not least, certainly my wife Lauren and my family. The coaching lifestyle is not always the easiest. There's a lot of long practices, late days, and time spent on the road. And I wouldn't be able to invest so much in it and do it the right way if it wasn't for your love, support, and understanding sometimes. So thank you. I'm really excited to be here. I've met a ton of people here that I just think there's a lot of good people at this place. And one of them I met just as I was walking up to the press conference today, and I want to echo kind of Marilyn's thoughts about this, but the club team here at Monmouth. We took different paths to get here, but those guys found Monmouth for all the right reasons, for the unique experience that going to a school on the beach can offer you, but also for a quality education. And we're both passionate about the sport of lacrosse. Those guys had a hand in starting the program here, and I'm really looking forward to connecting with them and watching them play this next year, and providing them an opportunity as well to play for the team if they are willing to make the sacrifices and the commitment. I think it was way back in March when the press release came out, and Monmouth first announced that they were going to field a men's lacrosse team. My wife Lauren and I, we spoke about it, and we're excited because for us, we thought it would be a great opportunity to come back to New Jersey, connect with people, but for me to become a head coach, and it's home for us. And as I interviewed and did my research and met more people here at Monmouth, what really cemented in my mind that this was a place I really wanted to be was the people and the quality of the people that I met, from all of the coaches to the people in admissions. When I went back to South Bend and talked to Lauren about it, I said, there's a lot of good people there who support each other, care about one another, and want to do right by each other. And that was very important to me. And coming back to New Jersey, but being a head coach at a small, intimate school that affords a quality education on the beach, I think now you throw in Division I lacrosse. What more could a prospective student athlete want in their college experience. And President Gaffney, to my Rutgers days, I'll tell you what, if Monmouth had a lacrosse team, when I played, it would have been very hard to pass up. I mean, one of the great pastimes for college students is to walk out their front door when that weather breaks in the spring and throw the football, throw the Frisbee, and to do it on a quad or in a parking lot in New Brunswick doesn't do it justice if we could walk across the street here and throw the football on the beach. So it would have been a hard choice. But I'm thrilled to be here. Looking forward to hitting the road recruiting, hiring an assistant, recruiting student athletes, and being an ambassador for Monmouth University. And most of all, I'm proud to be on such a great staff with all the coaches and the success that you guys have had. I'm looking forward to meeting you and working with you. Again, thank you, President Gaffney and Marilyn. We're going to do good things here, and we're going to work hard and make you proud. Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions for Brian? Any comments? How about that, Bob McCaig, the beach? You got that? Personalized education, though, huh?
Do you know the teams in the Northeast Conference and their coaches?
I do know the teams in the Northeast Conference, and I think the teams at the top right now are very good, and I think the Northeast Conference is up and coming. I think those schools in the Northeast Conference, just from observing them from a distance out at South Bend, I think they're really making the commitment and putting some resources into their programs, and they're only getting better. Look forward to competing with them, and it's going to be a tough year not having a team and not being able to practice and play games, but when we do compete with them, I think we'll make up some ground in a short time.
I'm impressed, Brian, because he has a little bit of green here, so goodbye Notre Dame, but it's got blue in it, so we're good. Any other questions? We do have a few things. Oh, it's Trudy.
Now this last year in the NEC conference tournament was Bryant and Mount St. Mary's, but the other schools that offer lacrosse is Bryant, Mount St. Mary's, Wagner, Quinnipiac, Sacred Heart, now Monmouth. There's now 7 total. I think I got them all there. And Robert Morris, I'm sorry, yes.
We have Ben Shaw from the Northeast Conference here with us, so how did he do?
Commissioner Morris, welcome.
Thank you very much.
At the tournament a couple weeks ago, the guys were talking about the press release that come out, and Monmouth, as President Gaffney said, right in the middle of the hotbed of lacrosse, so they know you're knocking on the door, and welcome to the league.
Thank you very much.
Any other questions for Brian? Well, we want to welcome you appropriately. We have a few things because we thought it would be appropriate to welcome the family. So Finley. And look at the Hawkins Beach. The big Hawkins will scare you to death. And obviously, what you definitely all see. But it's also full of a bunch of gear so that you can get rid of your Notre Dame stuff and become a real Monmouth Hawk. So,
Marilyn, thank you. We'll get a lot of miles out of the bid here.
Please, Bob.
Brian, can I ask how Notre Dame received your news of coming along?
It's a little bittersweet to leave so many good people at Notre Dame behind, and part of it is because of the relationships I've had with people like Kevin and Jerry and their families and everything they've done for us. But at the same time, everyone has been so excited that I get to come home and lead a team here and become a head coach. So nothing but congratulations from many, many people at Notre Dame.
Please take your time to visit with Brian. He doesn't have to go very far. I know he has to do an interview for us, for our webpage, but other than that, please take your time to come and meet Brian and his family. I'm sure he would love to meet with all of you, and then we'll give him a testimony.